I ain't gonna lie, I have not enjoyed a Naruto Shippuden episode like I enjoyed today's episode in a long time. This episode was absolutely fantastic from start to finish. Everything about it, the animation, the art, everything that happened in the episode, it was just absolutely amazing. So let's start off real quick with that new change with the opening animation. They kept the same song, but they added current events, and if you've seen the preview, then you know what the fuck I'm talking about. And it really feels as though about time, but finally they are going to go to the finale of the manga. It really looks like they're not going to bamboozle us with 10,000 episodes of filler. It really looks like we're actually going to finish off the manga, which is insane. I thought it would be ages still until we get there, but no, we actually went very fast with this episode and got through a lot of content, which I'm surprised because Studio Perry have been dragging their feet, but this episode, again, absolutely amazing. So for starters, in the beginning of the episode, they still had to finish off Kaguya, or well, she was finished off, but they had to get out of that world and shit like that. And I'm not gonna lie, it really goes into the whole theme of everything of maturing, because, you know, Naruto to a certain degree is a story of coming of age of, you know, Naruto and the characters and stuff like that. And the lesson when he took Black Zetsu and started swinging him and saying, you're nothing but a spoiled little brat that can't leave the nest. I was like, that goes perfectly with the theme of everything, of like growing up and having to be a little more independent and not having people to look over you and shit like that. Black Zetsu was just always mama, 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 mama. Naruto didn't have his parents from the get-go. Sasuke lost his parents. Sakura, well, she exists. And ultimately, just, that was perfectly done. The way it was said and everything, like, don't get me wrong, Black Zetsu, far from a good villain or anything like that, but Naruto getting rid of him and what he said while he was swinging his little dumbass away was perfect. And normally it would be for convenience of plot, but the fact that the Sage of Six Paths brought all the previous Kage back for that one final time, I guess it was just a farewell. It was just like, hey, you're gonna see everybody one last time. You're gonna see from start to finish all the characters, because this is a wrap up, and it wasn't to convenience the plot in any which way, because the Sage of Six Paths pretty much did it all on his own. But you can see that this dude was a monster. His chakra was limitless. If he was able to, and he's just a fucking spirit at this point, he's just a ball of chakra, and he was able to teleport everyone from that other world, bring back all the Kage and shit like that. He was a monster. Now I know a lot of people were probably like, oh, more Obito, but seemingly that's the end. He finally went bye-bye and shit like that. And the way the Naruto world approaches death, it really pushes forth that there is some sort of afterlife where people can live and talk, because Sage Six Paths was talking about, yes, when I get to the afterworld, I'll talk with Obito about these stories. So it really showcases, I guess, that there really is an afterworld. So I guess in a way, because of, and not to get into religion, because I don't ever like to dive into that, but as far as the context of the Naruto world, it is 100% fact that when you die, you will be with your loved ones. So it kind of, in a way, makes things less scarier when you know 100% everybody in this world knows there's an afterworld where you can be with your loved ones. And Kakashi of the Sharingan is no more. I'm really curious how strong altogether Kakashi is without any Sharingan, because he lost the Mangekyo in this episode. You know, they're completely gone, forever bye-bye. I'm like, is he still like, because, you know, those eyes gave him the edge. He could do techniques that he can't do without them. So I'm kind of curious what he would be like now that he lost them. And ultimately, I'm glad that they didn't push forth like the way Naruto kind of did, like saying, oh, Obito's awesome and shit like that. With Kakashi's goodbye to Obito, it was like, you know, I'm glad at the very least the old you is here to say goodbye. He's not gonna sugarcoat it and say, hey, you know, you're an awesome guy, man, don't worry about it, you fucked up the world, you are responsible for the death of the Uchiha and Naruto's parents, it's alright. He was like, hey, the old you was a good dude, you know, you pretty much he was one step away from saying, you turned into a piece of shit, but at least the old you is back and we can say goodbye like this. One of my favorite bits, and there was many favorite bits of this episode, but one of my favorite bits definitely was the Madara goodbye. It was interesting that he was still in death, or going into death or whatever. He did say something along the lines of Hashirama's ideal might be right, but ultimately he didn't really waver too much to the point of like, you know, Hashirama, I should have listened to you. Like, he still was like, perhaps your way was right, who knows, you know, my dream is dead, and even if I would have passed my dreams on to other people, it would have died and be crushed. And the way it went out as well was kind of like a more mature approach than the, you know, typical jump thing of, everything is alright. He was like, you know, we'll have one last, you know, talk as buddies of war and shit like that. So I'm glad it wasn't cheesy. It didn't conflict with Madara really. Like, he was like, you know, maybe your way is right, I don't know, I'm about to fucking die, fuck it. And I guess also it helps to mature the characters even more, which there's not much more. I mean, these motherfuckers been through war, hell, and back and shit like that, but seeing the predecessors of them, the people that made these giant mistakes that are partially responsible for the wars we had now, be able to say, you know what, our time has come, we fucked up, the world goes on, and maybe we won't be able to change the world now, but people in the future, what we set forth, can change the world. But the best bit, hands down the best bit, that I ain't gonna fucking lie, I'll be honest with you, I was tearing up like a motherfucker. I'm very attached to the story. I've been following this shit for 6 fucking years. When I saw the goodbye with Naruto and Minato, the waterworks was kicking in. The waterworks was kicking in, bro, because it was so fucking sad seeing him say goodbye and everything. He was trying to stay strong, and it really felt like a realistic situation to a certain degree. Obviously, you know, his spirit flying away and shit like that. But in regards to the way Naruto was reacting and saying, tell mom, you know, I'm listening to her, I'm eating ramen. And I think they changed a line from the manga, because I think in the manga, he was more so hinting that he was with Sakura. But in this, he said, never mind, when he was about to talk about the girl that he likes or with, which kind of sets forth, if you know everything that happens afterward, who he ends up with and shit like that. So they kind of changed things. And also with Naruto saying everything didn't go according to the way mom said they should, it also goes like, hey, you know, she told him be with somebody that's like me, he's not going to be with somebody that's like you at all. He ends up with somebody more like his father, which isn't bad. His father's a cool dude. And from start to finish, the art and animation, absolutely flawless. This was hands down, if not the best episode in the past 2 or 3 years of Naruto, one of the best episodes. It covered so much content, but it didn't feel forced or fast paced. It was hands down 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10. This episode was absolutely amazing. It was just flawless. And of course, it sets up for next week, where shit really begins. It really begins, even though it's the end, but it's the beginning of the end, and it's gonna be fucking crazy. But again, absolutely amazing episode. Loved every single bit of it. Let me know what you guys thought, though. First of all, what was your favorite moment of the episode? Was it Madara's death in his final chat with Hashirama? Was it Obito's goodbye? I doubt it's gonna be Obito's goodbye, but you never know. Maybe one person out there thought Obito leaving just broke me up. Or was it the ending conversation with Naruto and Minato, him finally saying goodbye, him telling him happy birthday? What was your favorite moment? Honestly, this episode had a lot of great stuff to it, and I'm really happy to say that, because it's a rarity with Shippuden, with all the filler and all the bullshit period pulls, to be able to praise the Naruto anime, but I can do nothing but do that. And your overall thoughts of the episode? Did you find it as fantastic as me? Did you get the waterworks? Did you get them feels with this episode? But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.